But there was a danger that if they abolished the sacrifices offered for Rome, they might be forbidden to sacrifice even for themselves, and that the city would be shut out of the empire unless they quickly recovered their common sense, restored the sacrifices, and wiped out the insult before it was reported to those they had insulted. While they pleaded thus, they brought forward priests with expert knowledge of the traditions, who testified that all their ancestors had accepted offerings from aliens. But none of the revolutionaries would listen, and not even the temple ministers came forward. They were too busy making war inevitable. So, seeing that the insurrection was now beyond their control and that the vengeance of Rome would fall upon them first, the most influential citizens determined to establish their own innocence and sent delegations to Florus and Agrippa, the former led by Simon, son of Ananias, the other distinguished by the inclusion of Saul, Antipas, and Costobar, kinsmen of the king. They begged both to come to the city with large forces and suppress the insurrection before it got beyond control. Florus was delighted with the news, and in his eagerness to start the conflagration, gave no answer to the delegates. But Agrippa, equally concerned for the rebels and their opponents, anxious to preserve the Jews for the Romans, and the temple and capital for the Jews, and aware that he himself stood to lose by the strife, sent to the help of the people 2,000 horsemen from Oranitis, Batanea, and Trachonitis under Darius, the cavalry commander, and Philip, son of Jachimus, the general. Thus encouraged, the leading citizens, the chief priests, and all the peace loving section of the populace occupied the upper city, the lower city, with the temple being in the hands of the insurgents. There followed an all day exchange of stones from hand and sling, a continuous stream of missiles from both quarters. Sometimes they even sallied forth in company strength and fought hand to hand, the insurgents showing the greater courage, the king's troops the greater skill. The latter fought chiefly to get possession of the temple and to drive out those who were polluting the sanctuary, Eleazar and the insurgents.